What's up, fellas? Oh man, we got a loyal patron supporter that wanted me to talk about a serious topic, right? That shows the wisdom that you acquire just from living life. So he wanted me to talk about my biggest accomplishments and how I evolved as a man from my 20s, 30s, and up to now in my 40s, right? And it's just amazing, guys. Life is about learning and living, learning from your past mistakes and stuff like this. Everybody makes mistakes, but you have to learn from them. And I've learned from mine. And so throughout my list, you guys will see that how it culminates to what I am today. It made me who I am today, as in why I'm able to do so many diverse topics and everything. It's pretty much nothing you guys can ask me except talking about drop shipping. I don't even know if I can spell that shit, but drop shipping. I don't know shit about drop shipping. I need to learn on that. But anyway, guys, and I just got that because some guy on the live screen asked me what I thought of drop shipping. I'm like, I have no fucking idea. But anyway, guys, let's get into this. My major accomplishments through my life and how you'll see how it has evolved me throughout the years. Okay, guys. Number one, right off the top, I had to put this at the top because this was my Achilles heel most of my life. Managing my temper, losing my emotional control. So a lot of you guys have heard me talk about hitting rock bottom, having to go live with family members, live with my sister, live with my auntie, right? Y'all had me talk. I don't quite remember if I exactly told you guys what exactly happened. Maybe I have. I done made fucking 1,000 videos. I can't remember what the hell I told you motherfuckers. But when I lost the mattress job in my early 20s, and I know it was around 2001 because I was working there when 9/11 happened, right? So I know it's around 2001, early 2002. And so I got into it with a dude out there, and we had a verbal exchange, and we both got fired, right? That sent me, well, actually, I got a little break on that. I had to go live with my sister for a little while, but I got back on my feet real quick, and I found another job very quickly, right? Like 2-3 months, like real quick, right? Another job. And that was at the machine operator job at Genpack, and got into it with one of the girls that I was fooling around with, and we had a falling out. We never sleep together and then, and we just stopped talking. And one day she had to work my line, and she throwing my cups away, right? And I just go down, what the fuck you throwing my cups away for, bitch? I'm just like snapping, right? Because we have to turn in a quota of how many cups you ran that day, right? And so the manager gets called, and he tells me to go home because I'm out there just cussing and stuff like that, right? This was sent me to live with my auntie for a while, right? So the point what I'm trying to say, guys, is that might seem small to you guys, but being able to control my temper as seeing to what it did early in my life. Now let's fast forward to my 30s. Now I'm a bouncer. And I told y'all about this little Napoleon complex motherfucker, the manager. I say it was at least 10 times I wanted to just strangle that little motherfucker. I just wanted to choke the shit out of him, his little stupid ass Napoleon complex shit, right? Just kind of agitate me. He wasn't mad, disrespectful. Then it just, some of the way he moves sometimes and the way he act, I just wanted to choke that little son of a bitch, right? But I didn't. You want to know why? I had those scars from losing. I had my own place, living good. Those were good jobs, guys. For Alabama, the jobs I had were good paying jobs with insurance, 401k, all that bullshit, right? And I sat here and let the damn devil trick me out of my spot. I'm doing a bouncer. Now, this is not no glamorous job by no fucking me. I'm not finna even try to sit up here and act like I'm, living the life as a bouncer. But understand at this point in my life, I had no skills at all. So to be making $20 an hour with no skills, I'm basically getting paid to be big. I thought I was doing pretty good. Now I wasn't balling, I'm making $30,000 to $40,000 a year, just depending on how many tips I get, right? But my base was about 30 grand if I worked every day of the week. And you get tips, guys. People just look out for you sometimes and show you some love. They feel sorry for you, I guess, and throw you $50, $100 just for breathing out, right? And so But I did not lose that job. What happens if I lose that job? Well, I have to leave New York. You see how managing your temper, you see how if I would have choked that dude or said something crazy and lost my job, although it wasn't no glamorous job, it wasn't like I was no fucking PhD graduate. It ain't like walk around like I got some master degrees falling out of my pocket, like I went to Cornell or Harvard or some shit. Punk ass goddamn security guard who just lift weights. So I was grateful for that. But the point what I'm trying to say is I would have fucked that situation up in New York. That means that there would not have been no security company. That means there would not have been no personal training. I'm a personal trainer at the gym now. Let's fast forward, right? Now I'm a full-time personal trainer at the Equinox. I wanted to choke them damn managers. And if all y'all guys know what I'm saying. All of us want to choke our bosses from time to time. Let's not just try to act like it's me, like all you motherfuckers sit and play patty cake with your managers all goddamn day. You motherfuckers want to choke your damn boss too, motherfucker. Everybody want to choke their boss from time to time. Hell, every time I talk to deal with the main chick I'm dealing with now, she always, not all the time, but periodically she got something to say about her goddamn boss or manager. Everybody hate their boss from time to time, so it ain't just me. The point is, back in my earlier days, I couldn't control that. I'll let your ass have it, but that would cause me to lose everything. Now let's fast forward now, I'm on YouTube, right? I'm on YouTube. Motherfuckers making videos talking shit. My emotional control, I did dabble in it. I slipped up one time on live stream and talked some shit. But my emotional control, as into learning early in my life how you throw everything away being stupid. So I fell into that trap again, and I made a response on the live stream. Some of you guys who've been following me a long time, y'all guys remember this in 2018. And that week from that response video, I lost like 3,000-4,000 subs. I said, oh, hell no, we ain't going down this road no more. And then y'all guys been following me. You know I ain't made no more response videos since that time. I said, oh, no. We not finna let our ego, because part of the reason you lose your temper, part of that, guys, is ego. Who do you think he is? They don't talk to me like that. Ego. It's probably more ego than temper. So being able to quell my ego and not let my ego cause me to lose my emotional center and throw everything away being stupid. So for y'all, when y'all hear that, that might not seem like a lot to y'all, but for a great part of my life, as with my jobs, my temper controlled my life. Seriously, it controlled my life. So to be able to finally not let people move me off my emotional center. When we talk about that, we talk about women. No, you need to talk about that in life with your manager. Everybody. So one day I'm in this apartment building I'm in now, and when COVID was going on, one of the people that worked in the office, they was on the elevator, right? And this is when the people had to stop wearing masks, right? And they on the elevator, and I get on. I don't got my mask on. They got their mask on. He knows. Can you catch the next elevator since you're not wearing a mask? I want to say, bitch, the mask mandate is over with. I didn't say it. You don't do me cause a problem. You don't do that. You don't do me scare that poor little man. Next thing you know, you got the police at your door. That's all you're going to do. I said, okay, I got off. Wait a minute. That's something I guarantee you my ego wouldn't allow me to do when I was 21 years old. So for me to be able to get my temper under control, my ego under control, to not feel like everything was a test against my manhood was big for me. It might not be big for y'all, but it was big for me because it cost me big. Next, guys, being able to maintain an attachment. This was guys, so guys, here's the thing. As being what I think is pretty unanimously confirmed I'm a good looking guy. I mean, we don't got to sit up and say, well, I could. I mean, we pretty much, everybody knows it. So as being a fairly good looking guy, but not a very successful guy, what happened in my life was I would go and get like the hottest girls, right? But I couldn't keep them long term for shit. Part of the reason was I would develop my lifestyle around the girls, right? To where I'm quite sure the women would probably start to feel smothered after a while, right? Because, you know, I just build my lifestyle around them. Like you get a girlfriend and then you start seeing her every day. You don't have a life outside of her. If you ask me, I probably would say that would be the biggest issue with why I would lose attachments. But it used to just bother me to meet girls, fall in love, but you couldn't maintain, well, I still be in love, but they don't fell out of love. And I just be like, why the fuck this shit keep happening? And the reason is, had no purpose in life, pretty much didn't have no life outside of the girl. I would revolve my life. The woman would become my life. Well, what happens is that's too much for the woman. The woman has to miss you. I didn't know all this in my early 20s. So I get a girl, I want to see her every day. And I say all that to say this here, for all you guys that struggle with attachments and stuff, most of you guys are over here. Why? Some girl hurt you or something to that effect, right? Something, either a woman fell out of love with you and you looking for answers, or you can't get her. It's something in there. I know I got a bunch of playboys over here who have orgies every day and they just watching the content because they bored. Yeah, okay, all right, I got it. Whatever, Casanova. But by and large, it's some shit that's going on in your dating life that you can't figure out. Well, what I've figured out in my life is you have to have a life outside of the woman, and the woman is fighting to get more time into that life. Once I figured that out, instead of you making the woman, so a dude get a girlfriend and she becomes his life and he wants to be with her 7 days a week. He want them double D's in front of his face every day. He want to kick on the couch and watch TV with that girl every day. And at some point, that woman is going to say, you guessed it, I need space. Oh yeah, it's coming. Oh yeah, it's coming. And that used to be my biggest Achilles heel. I used to have no life outside of my. So now, as being a guy, that the only way I could lose a girl now is if she wants a more of a commitment than I'm willing to give. And so at some point, and I accept that for all my guys out there who just want to do these non-monogamous relationships. Please understand that at some point, the woman is probably going to move on. You have to be okay with that. But what you don't want to do is lose a relationship, a good loving relationship, because a woman is smothered, or you're not doing everything, or you get comfortable, you stop dating your woman. You don't never lose a woman you care about for goofy shit that you can control. You can't control that the woman wants to hurry up and go get married or get in a relationship. You can't control that. But what you can control is all the other variables. Don't smother the poor girl. Don't act insecure. Stay on your purpose. Stay progressing in life. All right, guys. So for me to be able to conquer that, I remember once upon a time, I got to a point where I was afraid to start caring about a woman because I knew at some point she probably was going to stop liking me, and I didn't know why. Because I would revolve my life around the woman. She would become everything. I wanted to see her every day. And then the woman would go with it for a little while, 4, 5, 6 months. But then at some point she starts to get smothered and she starts to pull back because she starts to feel crowded. And then what you do, you start feeling this, you start making excuses. Her stomach hurt, her head hurt, her ass hurt, her eye hurt. And you just know something is wrong. And then next thing you know, she giving you the I need space speech. So guys, that was in my teenage years and my very early 20s. So like before 25. I haven't had that issue after 25. I pretty much had figured it out after that point. But like in my high school years up to I was 25, that would be an issue. Next guy, and for all y'all guys that think like they ain't no big accomplishment, I'm gonna tell you it is a big accomplishment. Because if you don't know how to maintain an attachment, and this ain't for red pill guys like me per se, but for you guys out there that are purple pill and probably even some red pill guys, you still want that companionship. You still want somebody to care. You might don't want to commit, but we all need that somebody special. Like, I don't commit, but I have one girl that's special to me. Now, she know what I'm down with, and we done had several threesomes together and all this other shit, right? But the point is, you still want to have that somebody you got a connection with. It don't make you a punk because you want to have somebody you care and share intimate times with. This red pill shit done went too far, man. And when I say red pill, it just means that I don't want to commit and I'm aware of female nature. It don't mean that I don't want love or I don't need love. It just means that I want more than one booty. That's all it means to me, is that I don't want to commit to one booty. That's it. But it don't mean I don't want to care about nobody. Next, guys, having an emergency fund. So, as y'all guys remember what I said at the very beginning, losing those jobs, well, how the hell you go stay with your sister or your auntie? Well, I tell you how. Not having an emergency fund. See, this is the root of how you hit rock bottom. Lack of an emergency fund is the quickest way to rock bottom. Now, when I was working as a bouncer in New York City, I told you guys they closed it down for like 4 or 5 months, maybe even closer to 6 months. I can't quite remember 4 to 6 months. I can't remember exactly how long it was. They told us initially it was going to be 2 months, maybe 3. Well, that turned into 4, 5, or 6. Luckily for me, I think I had like $5,000 saved up, something like that. I can't remember. I think it was like $5,000. Now, by me living in the basement, $5,000 was a lot of money because my expenses were so cheap, right? If I have, and listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, $5,000 ain't hold me no 4, 5, 6 months right now. I'm telling you that shit right now. But by me living in the basement, not paying that much with utilities included, $5,000 go a long ways. It don't go a long way in this motherfucker. You talking about a month. And we probably be looking at the end of that month, looking for some little help. But that emergency fund kept me from hitting rock bottom. And guess what? The landlord whose house it was, she knew that the club was closed down for maintenance. You think that woman said, oh, baby, don't worry about it. You know what? Just give me half the... People don't care. Your landlord don't care about your problems. You got cancer? Fuck you. Pay me. Your mama died. You got to pay for the funeral? Fuck you. Pay me. Nobody care about your problems. That woman didn't give a fuck what happened to the club. Better have that goddamn money on the first. That's all she cared about. Don't nobody care about your fucking problem, guys. So you need an emergency fund. I had on the live stream, I had a guy who had like 10 grand. AMS, how do you think I should invest this 10 grand? That 10 grand better stay in your goddamn savings account. Keep maybe 1,000 in your checking account for quick access, or maybe 500 for quick access, and keep the rest in the savings account to get a little interest on it. That ain't what you mean invest? Now, if you talking about becoming a personal trainer and get a certification for like $600-700 at NASM, okay, that ain't gonna hurt you none. But if you talking about a business or like in the stock market, man, 10 grand is just an emergency fund. And it's really not a great emergency fund. You need to add 10 more to it. So the point what I'm trying to say, guys, is don't underestimate the emergency fund. Everybody always talking about, oh, your money need to be working for you. Oh, your money need to be working for you. Your ass, that's cool. Your ass better have an emergency fund outside of those investments. Because what if emergency happened, you got your money in the market and the market is going through a downturn? Well, what are we going to do about that? What are we going to do if we're going through a bear market right when the emergency hit? Goddamn, the damn stock market went down by 40%. I put my 10 grand in there, now it's 6 grand, and goddamn transmission of my car going out. Now you got to go in there and get some money out your account, your brokerage account, and it's worth less than what it was when you put it in there. You better keep that goddamn emergency fund 6 months to a year. If you have a very, very, very stable career, like say a police officer or a teacher or a fireman, maybe you can get away with 3, right? Because the only way they lose their job if the city having budget cuts, right? But y'all guys know those. The economy got to be doing really bad for the city to cut teachers, firemen, and police. They will do it. They were doing it during the recession in 2008. So they will do it. But I recommend, guys, 6 to 12 months. That's what I recommend. All right. And just the emergency fund of necessities. Not club fare, not eating out fare. Obviously, if you're going through an emergency or a tough period, we ain't finna be going to goddamn Nobu. Ain't gonna be no goddamn trip to Hawaii if something is major going on in my life as far as an emergency. So just bills, food, gas. So you don't want to put more than what you need in there. Your money should be working for you. Sometimes when we do these emergency funds, people keep in, they eating out and they vacation. Motherfucker, if you going through a trying part, ain't no fucking vacation. Your ass better goddamn go walk in the park talking about some damn vacation. You better Nobu your ass in that goddamn kitchen. Next, guys, getting my personal training certificate. It was officially my first documented skill. That officially gave me a breeding ground for the rest of my life that I can always go to somebody, say, hey, here's a piece of paper that tells you I know X, Y, Z. All my life, I had a lot of instability in my life because I never had a marketable skill that I could show somebody that's on paper to say, look at what I know, what I can do. Up to that point, everything was, hey, you need somebody to load this dock. Hey, you need somebody to stack this truck. Hey, you need somebody to run that machine. It was always something you could learn before lunchtime. So this gave me some stability in my life. First of all, it was the first thing that I had finished. I always quit everything because I had no long-term mindset. Right? No, I don't know what the fuck that was. I just had everything had to pay me. Like if I put some effort in, I want to get paid for it on Friday. I ain't want to do nothing that required me to have a long outlook. Everything, if I'm working on this on Monday, I want to see some payment for it on Friday. That's the way my mindset. And if I didn't see a benefit from something till a year later, I was just going to quit. Because I wanted quick results. I wanted something that's going to pay me for my time and effort right now. Not a year from now, right now. Short-minded. So to have that, to finish something, that set the confidence for everything else, guys. And I'm going to tell you guys what that meant for me. It's the reason I was able to start that security company and get it going. It was the reason why I was able to join that gym and stick. Once I had got that first thing under my belt, I never quit nothing else, guys. I've never quit nothing else. That was why I was able to finish those books. Because once you finish one thing, that built the confidence to finish everything else. I'm going to tell you right now, I guarantee you, I would have probably started this YouTube channel and I probably would have quit after about 2 weeks. After 2 weeks of getting 30 views, 20 views, 15 views, I said, man, damn that shit. But thanks to getting that personal training certificate, it showed me this is what happens when you finish what you fucking started. That built the confidence for everything else that's come behind it. When I do start that staffing agency, I know I'm gonna build it and I know I'm not gonna quit. You know why? Because the last 10 years of my life has been finished everything that I've started. I have not quit one thing that I've started in the past 10 years. So I already know it's gonna be a success. Next, guys, starting my security business. Tell you why that was such a big. That was my first super long-term thinking thing. The personal training thing, guys, is a year payoff, right? When you guys start a business, you ain't gonna see no fruits of it off for about 3 years. That's just the way it is. When I started that business, thanks to the personal training certificate, now I had them built my long-term mindset way of thinking. The reason why they say 90% of, well, they don't say it, I'm telling you why I say they fail. 90% of businesses fail. It has nothing to do with, oh, it wasn't a good idea or nothing like that. Most times than not, guys, people just aren't patient enough. They go into it wrong. You have to go into a mindset of, when you start a business, you have to go into the mindset of, you're not going to pull money out of that business for 5 years. Most people want to quit their jobs and think that they're going to live off their business. That's not the way it works. You have to work 2 jobs while you build the business. The business has to feed and grow itself. So you start a business, you can't pull no money off of it for 5 years. It probably 3 years for you turn a profit. Understand, when I say turn a profit, don't mean 3 years for you make money. It just means that you'll make more money than you spent. So you got to spend money. Yeah, that's how that works. Yeah, that's how that works. See, you might have to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month on expenses, and then you might eventually get some point to where you're making that back. But it'll be a while before you get into the green. Okay, guys. So starting that business, I had developed this super long-term mindset where the personal trainer I knew was going to pay a dividend in 6 months to a year. Well, probably like a year, because it takes you 6 months to really study it and get it. And then you have to build your clientele. So I knew about a year. But to start that business, I already had went into it. I said, this is going to be, 3 to 5 years, right? So, and it would be huge right now. YouTube came in, so I had to let that go and focus on YouTube. I was doing too much. I was starting to feel burnt out. So I had to give one up and doing fucking 3 consultations a day, writing books, doing videos every goddamn day. So I had to let it go. And, I think I made the best decision, because this is more of my purpose and passion than that was. But that was important to me, because I knew that from that point on, I was going to be successful in life. Because the key to life, guys, and success is long-term thinking. The longer term your mindset is, the more successful you're going to be. Somebody who sets out to get a PhD, something that's going to take 8, 10, 12 fucking years, well, okay, they're going to suffer for those 10 years, but let's fast forward 20 years. Well, this motherfucker is making $1 million a year, $800,000 a year, and you're making $90K a year. That long-term mindset, it's a long-term mindset. So for me to start my own business, knowing that it was not going to pay dividends for years, let me knew that I had finally developed a long-term mindset of thinking. The funny thing is, when I say that, is people will invest money or go in debt for school, right, to get a degree, to work for somebody else, and they can wait, go to long-term distance and not pay no dividends off of that for 4 years, right, to get a degree to work for somebody. But they won't have that same mindset to start their own business. Yeah, they need to make money today. I don't get that. I don't understand how somebody could go in debt to get a college degree, but and won't get paid a dividend off of it for 4 years at least. But as with the business, we needed to pay right now. I don't get that logic. But anyway, guys, starting a business was big for me as far as my super long-term way of thinking. Next, guys, I had mastered the ability to be alone. And I was probably 27, 28. Up to that point, guys, I would keep shitty friends, shitty family members. I always constantly need a girlfriend. Like, it was people in my life up to that point that should have been cut off long before. But since I wanted to keep that false sense of having a support system and shit like that, I kept people in my life that should not. Most of you guys, some of you guys watching this right now, you got a family member, a friend, or a girlfriend, or a coworker, somebody you should cut out your life right now. Some of you, multiple people. And you keep them as this false sense of security as having a support system. Them motherfuckers ain't no goddamn support system. They fucking dead weight. And when you really need them, you're going to find out firsthand that you should have cut them off a long time ago. You feel that burden just come off your shoulders when you get rid of that fucking dead weight. So guys, for me to master the ability, guys, I cut people off so quick these days. I don't give a fuck who you is. You do one goddamn thing, you out my life. Period. I no longer tolerate bullshit people who got city little underhanded sly remarks or don't show me the ultimate respect. Get the fuck out of my life. Because I've mastered the ability to be alone. That was the breeding ground that led me to New York. Up to that point, I don't know if I could have moved to New York because you leaving your friends and your family, back home. You ain't gonna have that support system. So mastering the art to be alone is actually what catapulted me to move to New York. That allowed me to do it without having that support system. So master the ability to be alone, guys. It'll allow you to get girls out your life. Bullshit ass friends. Some of you motherfuckers got friends right now. And you know, man, what the hell I talk to this motherfucker for? He just negative. All you motherfuckers. Build a life to where you can live your life with nobody. Just yourself. Next, guys, achieving financial freedom. All you guys need to know what's your financial freedom number. For me, that's about $75,000 a year. Now, that's not balling. That's not, we ain't going to be hitting the Gucci store off 75K. That's not none of that. That's the number that I came up with that I need to make to be able to pay my bills, be able to feed myself, and maybe go out once or twice a week. That's the number I came up with, about $75,000. So you need to figure out how much money you need to have invested into the S&P 500 to know that the number you need to achieve financial freedom. The S&P 500 give you a 10% return on investment on average. Not every year. You might get 18% one year and you might get 1% the other year. So, but on average, about 10 to 11%. So I achieved financial freedom in 2021. That I know right now that if I walk away, and I understand I wouldn't be balling on 75,000. You don't have to tell me. But I'm talking about to be able to pay my bills, eat, and go out once or twice a week. I could walk away from YouTube right now and I can live comfortable. I didn't say ball and I didn't say needs. No, Ferrari ain't gonna fit on my $75,000 a year budget. No, I understand that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what I would need to live comfortable. I can live comfortable off $75,000 a year. Now, for all you little dick motherfuckers that need $750,000 a year, you go right ahead. Unfortunately, some of us know how to fuck. Yes, some of us know how to fuck. Well, I'm actually a selfish fucker, but y'all guys get what I'm saying. You know what? On second thought, my selfish ass in the bedroom, I probably need to make more than 75,000. You know, I just thought about that shit. I ain't take that shit into account that I only care about getting myself off. I might need to bump that up a little bit. I might need 150. Yeah, I might need 150. If you a selfish lover like me, guys, and you only care about getting yourself off, yeah, you might need a higher budget. Yeah, if you a guy that actually care about getting a girl off, you might get about 75,000. But if you old selfish little summer bitch like me, yeah, you might need to get a Gucci purse here and now. Yeah, you might need to get a purse every now and then. Next, guys, started taking my health serious. So as y'all guys remember me talking about, one of the benefits of having money is you're able to take care of your health and all this other type of stuff, your teeth, go to the dentist. But looking back on it now, I actually had enough money when I was getting by to take care of my health. But I want other shit. Yeah, see, y'all guys remember I talked about having that Lincoln, right? The one the girlfriend kept when we broke up and shit. Yeah, I put down money on that. I could took care of my health with that. But I decided I want to get a Lincoln. So, but the point is, that's what happens when you don't take your health serious. See, you got health or buy a car. Health, buy a car. Most of you motherfuckers probably gonna go buy the car unless you're on your deathbed. And see, those are the decisions that I made. Now, do anybody want to take their whole life savings and go spend it on a surgery. No. But hindsight 2020, this thyroid shit could have killed me. That shit. So I went to go get the biopsy, right? When the thing was big in my neck and shit. And then I'm sitting around the house nervous and shit, waiting on the biopsy result. No, don't get scared now, motherfucker. No, you weren't scared when you went and bought that Lincoln, when you could have went and got that shit taken care of. No, don't get scared now. Waiting on them biopsy results. See, what we need is, for all you motherfuckers that neglect your health, we need you to keep that same energy when you waiting on them biopsy results. Yeah, don't get scared then, baby. Yeah, you wasn't scared when you was riding down the highway in your new car and wearing your goddamn designer clothes. So when you waiting on them goddamn biopsy results, yeah, don't start shaking in your boots now, baby. I'm gonna need you to keep that same energy. So the point where I'm trying to tell you guys is, we have choices in life. Whether you rich or not, most of us, we can get our health checked out and done properly if we prioritize it. But we don't. We prioritize vacation, traveling, clothes, bitches, cars, all this other bullshit. Meanwhile, we got all the excuses in the world why we can't come up with that deductible to take care of our health. Yeah, it's funny how that shit work, right? Yeah, ain't nothing like a motherfucker bitching about they can't pay for their hospital bill in a pair of the goddamn Gucci loafers. Oh man, ain't that nice? Oh man, that's so nice. Can't pay your doctor bill, sitting over there all designered out. Oh man, all on your Instagram, all in Paris, dancing, all this other bullshit. So all I'm saying is, guys, if you choose to do that, go that route. When you gotta wait 2-3 days for that biopsy results to come back, I'm just gonna need you to keep that same energy. Everybody always scared when the time waiting for the biopsy to come back. Yeah, everybody always scared. They reflecting on life and, oh man, it's been a great time. No. I need that same energy, baby. I need that same energy. Don't get scared now, motherfucker. Yeah. So guys, take care of your health. And lastly, guys, my major accomplishment for me was writing my book. That was my first serious stream of passive income. At this point, I hadn't started investing in the stock market yet. It came pretty fast out of that because the money started coming in crazy after I wrote my book and stuff. So I learned about investing real quick and stuff into the stock market. But up to that point, it was the first passive stream of income I had. Some of you guys would say, well, ain't that what YouTube is? I don't really consider YouTube like that. I feel YouTube comes to me as one of these things that as long as you feed the algorithm, you'll make money off of it. And as soon as you stop, you won't. For all you guys who write your book and stuff, you can always pay for marketing. On YouTube, you got to feed the algorithm content, right? Your book, you can just spend money to make money, right? And do nothing. Just say, okay, I'm gonna set a marketing budget on. I don't have to do that because I have a following. But if I didn't have a following, I would just set a marketing budget, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, whatever, right? To push it in front of people's face and stuff like that. And so the point being is, that was my first stream of passive income, and it felt good to wake up in the morning and see I sold 10 books overnight while I was asleep. That was the first time that I had something that in my head felt totally passive. YouTube never feels passive. It feels like YouTube is like, yeah, as long as you keep giving us content, we will work with you. You stop giving us content, fuck you. And so it feels good to have that stream of passive income to wake up and see you sold X amount of books while you was asleep or while you was taking a shit or while you was on a trip, right? So, all right, guys. So those were my major accomplishments in life. I'll get back with you guys next time.